Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hello, how is everyone doing today? This beautiful Saturday morning. Today is December 18th, 2020. Happy holidays to all. 'Twas the weekend before Christmas, and all through the stream, not a belch was stirring. And not a single annoying meme. There you go. That was bad. Oh, it's December 19th. Oops. Alright, let's try this again. Hello, everyone. Welcome on this beautiful Saturday morning. Today is Saturday, December 19th, 2020. How's everyone doing? Happy holidays to all. It is indeed the weekend before Christmas. Although it's certainly a different kind of a year this year than a typical time that we would have around this time of year due to COVID. Although it seems there is a light at the end of that tunnel with the vaccines going out. So let's not talk about that or dwell on that. Let's just say I hope everyone has a great week this week coming up. It's a holiday week, and many people will be doing holiday-themed things, which is great. Lord knows, we all need some holly and jolly in our lives right now. You know what I mean? Okay. So, welcome to my gameplay stream. Today will be a full day of streaming. 2 full streams of fun gameplay for you guys. What's in store? What can you expect? Let's talk. First of all, this first stream will be the continuation of my, so far, very fun Yakuza 7 playthrough. For one to understand, maybe I'm about halfway through the game now. Maybe I'm almost at 40 hours. That's pretty crazy, but that's how these Yakuza games are. They tend to have incredibly long, drawn-out plots, and also an insane amount of side content to do in the game. So, I'm having a ton of fun doing all of that, you know. I'm actually doing all the missions I come across, and everything's been super good so far. I hope you guys have been enjoying the playthrough to the max. I certainly have been. I've very much been enjoying this playthrough, and I look forward to another major stream today. Now, last time around, we spent the entire stream doing side content. There was that many side missions, just kept opening up in a Jin show, so we'd walk around and just keep doing whatever we came across, and it was very fun. At the same time, you know, the side content is very time-consuming. Today, I'm debating what to do, but I'm thinking we will probably do any more side content that's opened up, because I don't know how much has opened up at this point. I do know that we have the ability to go into the underground dungeon and check out some optional stuff down there. The game has told us that in that underground dungeon, you can go back and fight some of the I guess kind of like super bosses. Like, I guess what they've done is they've remixed that dungeon to have tougher enemies that will give great rewards. At least that's kind of what the game has alluded to. So, I'm thinking maybe we could go down there and check that out today and see what the hell is down there. some alternate challenging content, you know, that is not necessary but could prove to be rewarding. Alright, maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I want to see what it opens up to. If we end up doing all the meaningful side content today, then maybe we'll just move on in the story. See, the thing is, there's 2 different side missions I can't do because the game is requiring that you have a certain amount of money that I don't have. So without the money, I can't do them. That sucks. I don't want to leave these as unfinished side missions for the rest of the game, so I'm thinking maybe there's a way to raise that kind of money? I don't know. By the way, my stupid ass post-nasal drip is very bad today. I woke up congested. I'm congested right now. It's really pissing me off. I hate when I have a day like this. But I can't control it. So apologies up front, everyone. If, you know, you're annoyed by me coughing and, you know, doing that with my nose. Because there's not much I can do about it. In fact, give me a second here. I'm going to blow my nose right now. Okay? Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. Super annoying. Super fucking annoying. I hate this, but I'm stuck with it. Hopefully, when I see the ear, nose, and throat doctor specialist at the end of January, maybe they will be able to help me with this issue. I don't see how, because I've researched it, and online there seem to be absolutely no solutions for postnasal drip. But I guess we'll see. That's what I'm going to talk to the doctor about. So we'll see. By the way, speaking of my ear problem, it's over now. The regimen of medicine is over. So no more eardrops, which is great because I fucking hate doing it. It seriously is so time consuming and annoying to have to 4 times a day sit there on the bed for 15, 20 minutes and let an earful of eardrops seep into my eardrum. It's freaking so stupid. And I'm glad that I don't have to do it now. But I got to do everything I can to not get another ear infection before I see this doctor. So that means that you guys, at least for this week, I'm still not wearing headphones. There's no way I'm going to put on headphones this week. I'm going to leave them off. Perhaps next week I'll alternate. In some streams I'll wear them, in some streams I won't. I'm kind of undecided on that right now. But I certainly do not want to jump the gun and start wearing them again. And then next thing you know, oh God, I got an ear infection again. Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to stay away from it as much as possible. All right. But I am going to eventually wear them at some point. I bought these nice 3D Pulse headphones that I really enjoyed wearing for the month that I wore them there for the launch of PS5. And they sound great. Like, the sound is excellent. They're way better than the sound that comes out of the Astro A40s, to be quite frank. And I'm kind of disappointed that I keep having this fucking issue. So, I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, yes, for now, my medicine regimen is over. And now I can just get back to enjoying games and not having to lay on my bed putting goo into my ear constantly. Okay. So let's talk, everybody. Yakuza today, as I said, major stream. I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are too. Having tons of fun with Yakuza, as you guys know. And then, later tonight's the continuation of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's another game that I like a lot. It actually grew on me over the course of me playing it, and I actually like it more now than I did, I think, the original, 10 hours that I played at launch. I think I like the game more now. Now that I have more abilities, now that I have more weapons and stuff unlocked, I think it's a much better game. So, that's tonight on the late stream, and we're going to be finishing up the Asgard side quest. There's an Asgardian side quest that we've been doing as part of the side content of the game. And we're finally wrapped that up, and we're going to go back to the main game and get some progress tonight on the late stream. Okay? I hope you'll join me for that. Like I said, I'm really enjoying that game, and the streams are usually chill and fun. Tomorrow, likely it looks like I'm playing Cyberpunk again. Why? Well, yesterday, as you guys know, I requested a refund for my Cyberpunk copy on PlayStation 4, which I'm playing on PlayStation 5. But I never got anything from Sony. I never even got a confirmation. Nothing. And then I went back to that same page where I requested the refund for it, and it seemed to have reset and acted like I had never submitted for the refund. So I submitted for the refund again, and then I checked it again this morning, and it seems like it says I've never submitted for the refund. I get the feeling the page is broken. So it seems to me that maybe I'm not getting a refund at all. I think that the Sony really botched this, and the page doesn't even work anymore. So I don't know. Remember, the page was released Friday, but I didn't do it until... Excuse me. The page was released Thursday night, and I didn't do it until Friday morning. So chances are that it may not work, okay? But we'll see. Anyway, it looks like I'll continue the playthrough tomorrow unless the refund goes through. Then tomorrow night, it's going to be some more Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. It's going to be a good time. Playing the new maps and having fun. Although, admittedly, when I played it the other day, the server connection wasn't great, and you all know why? Because this is the free weekend, which I didn't realize that it was. They're offering the multiplayer for free to everybody this weekend and all the way through until I think Christmas Eve. So since the number of players playing the game is probably 10 times the amount that it normally would have, The servers are absolutely god-awful. It was really bad, really laggy, and the game was just not basically the same, you know? It was actually kind of shitty. Compared to the experience that I was getting previously, it was pretty disappointing. So, we gotta hope for a better experience when we play tomorrow, although it's still the free weekend. I'm not really expecting that much. I guess we'll see. Excuse me. Okay, so, that's tomorrow. And then on Monday, it's going to be more Yakuza on the main stream and likely more Cyberpunk on the late stream since, again, doesn't look like I'm going to be refunded for this thing. Okay? Alright, remember, I'm not here on Tuesday. It's my day off. When I return on Wednesday, it is the Christmas Marathon event. I'll be dressed up in holiday attire. I'll be drinking festive holiday ales, eggnog, among other things. There'll be a live DSP Tries It. I'll be playing a variety of games. It's going to be a good time. I feel it's going to be a really good time, and it will be enjoyed by all. I hope that you will join me for this special event on Wednesday. Okay, all day long marathon. Then, on Thursday, it's the Christmas Eve event, the Ask the King special, where I'll answer your questions, alright? But I need questions. So, if you would like to submit games for me to play during the Christmas Marathon event, please type !Christmas into the stream chat. You'll have the ability to do so. Or if you'd like to submit questions for the Christmas Eve Ask the King special, please type !Ask the King into the stream chat. The more input I get from you guys, the better this is. Okay? So please, input. I need input. I'm like Johnny 5, I am alive, and I need input. More input. Okay. Then after, well, Christmas I'm taking off, obviously. I'm not going to be streaming here on Christmas Day. I'll be spending time with my family. And when I come back on that Saturday, which will be the 26th of December, it'll be more Yakuza and probably Street Fighter. Since I'm not going to be here on Friday for my weekly Throwback Street Fighter session, I'll probably do it that Saturday. Now, I should say this, it was very successful last night. People really seemed to like the return of the Throwback Street Fighter session. People were saying they were missing it, and, you know, I played it for about 2.5 hours, and people really had a good time. They were very supportive of it as well, which was very nice and appreciated. So, good stuff all around there. Thank you to anyone who attended the Throwback Street Fighter stream last night and liked it, and, you know, it's going to be coming back on a weekly basis, all right? Now, likely that weekend, after Christmas, it'll still be probably just Yakuza and Cyberpunk, balanced with like Assassin's Creed and Black Ops and that stuff. When I come back that next week, I'll probably start a new playthrough. I'm thinking I'm going to probably start Immortals Phoenix Rising. People have said it really was a great game, and if I didn't play it, I missed out, and I did. I missed out because I was in the midst of so many other playthroughs. I didn't want to commit to playing another game, and now it might be a good time to do so. Okay? So that's good. In addition to that, you know, now I'm going to begin work on my year-end stuff, including the most disappointing games of the year countdown, the best games of the year countdown, and since you guys seem to want it, what I'm going to also be working on is a Best of the Generation series. The most disappointing games of the last game generation and the best games of the last gaming generation countdown. I'll be weighing and balancing all these games against each other. Okay? Which should be pretty neat. Admittedly, I never really sat down to look at all the games of last gen and see, you know, what's, you know, really stacking them up against each other. You know, I do yearly Game of the Year awards, but I don't do, like, I don't compare them directly to each other. You know what I mean? So it should be pretty interesting to do that. And actually look back at the last 7+ years, 8 years, and see what's been good, and, you know, what's been going on with these consoles, right? All right. Good stuff coming, guys, on the streams. I hope this all sounds good to you. Keep in mind, next month, we'll have some new stuff set up. We'll have goals going for the stream. The subscriber goal is going to be the return of the retrospective event, the likes of which I haven't done in nearly a year. So that'll be fun. See a retrospective event come back and all of that. All right. So, all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, gaming news today. There is none. There's no gaming news today. I was checking it. There's really nothing going on. Everyone's still complaining about Cyberpunk. I was like, enough of this. I'm not talking about Cyberpunk. I give up. We all know the situation with Cyberpunk. There's no reason to to be talking about Cyberpunk anymore. Okay? So, it's old news, as they say. And I'm not going to sit here and harp on the old news. So, screw that nonsense. Okay? The only thing that really was cool was that they did a special Nintendo presentation of the Super Mario World in the Japanese version of Universal Studios. You know, in Japan, where they pretty much got the coronavirus pandemic under control, it's not a big deal, and they're actually going to open up theme parks and stuff. They're going to have a Super Mario World soon, which is absolutely amazing. Okay? Absolutely amazing. Sounds amazing. Can't wait to see people have firsthand accounts of this thing. Looks awesome. They got bombs in there. Oh, it's Super Nintendo World, not Super Mario World. Excuse me. I mean, it really is Super Mario World. Let's face it. It's mostly Mario, but I guess there's other stuff in there that's not Mario, so they call it Super Nintendo World. Excuse me. Yeah, Bowser's Castle, a Mario Kart ride with, I believe it's altered reality, AR technology integrated into it, a bunch of Mario-themed snacks and stuff. That's pretty cool. It just looks so dope. It does, for me, a lifelong gamer, grew up playing the Mario games when I was young, on the original Nintendo consoles. Like, this is right up my alley, something that I would want to do. And, I tweeted last night, I said, long-term goals, certainly nothing that anyone can even really, in the short term, consider because of the pandemic and because of everything going on. Eventually, I'd like to go do something like that with my wife, because we didn't get a honeymoon last year. We basically rushed to Connecticut, to visit my parents. I ended up getting married while we were there. It wasn't even something we originally had planned. We basically did it while we could, before crap happened where we wouldn't be able to. And, I definitely think we did the right decision. With the way that we got married, we were able to do it with my family there. And, it was a good thing. It was a good thing that we did it that way. At the very same time, it sucks we didn't get what a lot of people get. We didn't get really any time off together. We didn't get a honeymoon, nothing. It was just right back to work my ass off, work. So, how the hell is this idiot able to come in here and say a word that's banned? Someone found a way around Nightbot. I don't know how, but someone found a way around Nightbot. I don't know how they're doing that, because I've never seen this happen before. Nightbot usually cleans this crap up. So I don't know how this idiot is coming in here and saying this stuff. I don't know. Nightbot's here, right? Nightbot is working. Let me double check. Oh, really? So there's a loophole. There's an actual loophole in the stupid chat. This is really dumb. There's a loophole in the chat that sometimes you can type words and they're not words, they're considered symbols. That's really stupid. How is that even possible? And why is that not fixed? Like, that seems like a big problem to me. I don't want people saying that dumb fucking shit in my chat. It's not allowed here. That kind of fucking hate speech is not allowed here. And I'm pissed off that this is getting through. Oh my God. I'm very annoyed. I'm very annoyed right now. Well, I don't know what I can do to fix it. Certainly I'm not smart enough to figure it out. So I guess I gotta fucking put up with this disgusting shit for now. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm powerless. Great. Anyway, everybody. I guess we'll just continue. So, anyway, talking about Super Nintendo World over in Japan. You know, very unlikely I'll ever be able to go to that. Like, Kat and I have talked about what things that we'd like to do long term, and Kat has always wanted to visit Japan. All right, always. Her whole life, she said, I want to go to Japan, you know, and do tourism and stuff there. But, I mean, let's be very honest here. Number one, we're in a worldwide pandemic. Tourism isn't looking very likely anytime soon. All right? Number two, our financial situation is not in a situation where we can spend thousands and thousands of dollars to go on a vacation to Japan, which is what it costs, by the way. It's very, very expensive to go to Japan. The plane, the hotel, everything over there is insano expensive. So it's looking very, very unlikely that we're ever going to be able to go to Japan, even though I'd love to. That would, like, kind of a dream goal would be go to Japan with my wife and have a nice time. But I doubt it's going to happen, okay? What I will say is eventually they're supposed to be building Super Nintendo World here in the United States. They're supposed to do it. I think right now they're building it in Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm not 100% on that, but I think they are. And I apparently they're going to do it in Orlando as well. Not that I want to go to Orlando. That's fucking way too far. Flying across the entire country. And by the way, I'd much rather go on vacation in California than in fucking Florida. The weather in California is tremendously better than Florida. All right? But this is the thing. Like right now, because of this pandemic. All right? Sadly, because of the pandemic, we don't know what's going to happen at all. Like, at this point, we just have no clue when we're going to be in a situation where, you know, we're going to be able to travel. Theme parks are going to be able to open again. At least in California, because in California they're completely closed while they're still open in Florida. Figure that one out. It makes no sense at all. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But, you know, but that's kind of a long-term goal. Long-term goal when the world heals. And if things ever get back to fucking normal, I think we'd really like to go to California and go to, like, Super Nintendo World if they ever get built at Universal Studios Hollywood. Like, that would be a really nice honeymoon for us, since we didn't get one, you know? But, I mean, realistically, who knows if that can even happen? We don't know what's going to happen, right? Really? We have no clue. We have entire industries shut down, and the entertainment industry is the one that's been hit the worst, really. I mean, that and restaurants. And, you know, theme parks don't even know when they're going to be able to reopen, right? Huh. I guess we'll see. All right, that's really all I have to talk about. I have absolutely no real news to talk about today. There's nothing really going on at all. So, rather than me sitting here blabbing about nonsense and ranting about nothing, I think what I'll do is I'll read your contributions and we'll do shout-outs for that. How does that sound? Okay, then. So, Overnight Phantasy Star PG is cheering, and I hate to say it, he's still fucking talking about Cyberpunk. It's like I said, I don't want to talk about Cyberpunk anymore. I'm tired of it. We've been talking about it for a straight week. There's nothing even to talk about anymore with Cyberpunk. We've beaten the dead horse. We know the game sucks. We know that they're in trouble. There's nothing to speak of about this game anymore. It's just like talking about the same topic. So I appreciate the cheer, Phantasy Star PG, but I'm not going to talk about Cyberpunk again. There's nothing to say here. Okay? So, let's see here. I guess I could read. He did 2 cheers. The second cheer isn't specific to Cyberpunk, so this one I will read. He says, if Halo Infinite had released this year, it likely would have been just as buggy as Cyberpunk, of course. Because that demo of Halo was a PC build, there's no telling how buggy that game would have actually been on a Series X, all the way down to the base Xbox One. That's why we need to lose support for last gen, because third-party developers are making games for 7 console architectures plus PC, and sometimes Stadia. Yeah, it's pretty stupid, isn't it? It's really stupid. Why are they doing that? We've never really seen this before. You want to know really what the problem is? The problem is that we have too many versions of consoles now. Because if you remember, the way it used to go was you have a baseline console, and that was it. There was no Pro, there was no Plus, there was no Special Edition, there was no, this bullshit of releasing 10 versions of a console never happened. If they did have another version of a console, all right, it would just be redesigning the console's form factor for ease of use. It wasn't, oh, we upgraded everything inside the console. You see, it was a very different situation. When they made the PlayStation 1 tiny one, the mini, when they made the PS2 slim, those weren't, oh, we upgraded the innards of the console so they have better processors and shit, so now game developers can make the same games again and make them better. No, that's not the case. The case was they were the same exact console, just redesigned to be a smaller form factor, all right? But just think about game development today. So, they just launched PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X, right? So you're telling me if someone's making a new game and they want it to be cross-platform, they've got to develop it for, just listen in on this, the base Xbox One, the Xbox One X. I think the Xbox One S is different, but I don't even know if they're making that anymore. The Xbox Series S, which is different. The Xbox Series X, which is different. Then they got to make it for base PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, and PlayStation 5. Then maybe Stadia, maybe the Switch, and of course, the PC version. It's like, what? This is fucking stupid, right? Well, it really is. We've never seen this situation before, where we have so many versions of consoles out that it's incredibly not only confusing, but it must be a nightmare for game devs to make their games run on everything. This is stupid as shit. This is just, we need to stop with the nonsense, okay? This is what it is. It's fucking nonsense, okay? Let's face it. The base PS4 and the Xbox One are 7-plus-year-old consoles, all right? It's remarkable that people are still making games that are running properly on those things, all right? The new consoles have come out. Sadly, they're not readily available. They're just not, all right? So when game developers are going to make this decision, they've got to decide, do I want to make a game that runs on last gen, or am I making a true next-gen game? And you make your game appropriately. You can't do both. You just can't. There's too much of a generational gap, okay? With PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, all right, there honestly wasn't that much of a jump from Xbox 360 and PS3. If you look at games at the very end of the life cycle of those consoles versus the games that were on PS4 and PS4 and Xbox One, not a huge difference. There were a few like Rise, Son of Rome. Oh my god, it looked so good. Yeah, and the game was a piece of shit because of that. They couldn't implement great gameplay because everything went into the graphics. You see? I'm fully of the belief that this is one of the biggest console jumps ever between, PlayStation 4, base Xbox One, up to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. It's very, very different. Okay? So that being said, I don't think that game developers should be doing what they're doing. They should not be trying to develop their games for so much shit at once. It's just not going to work. It's going to cause problems. It's going to make it impossible. And now we've got a situation like this, and I think we've got concrete evidence of that now. So, for me, I think there's got to be a choice. These game devs have to say, are we going to do this or this? For Halo Infinite, I'm sorry. They want to make a good game. They got to abandon the fucking baseline Xbox, man. You can't make Halo Infinite a next-gen game work for two plus generations of consoles. It's going to suck. The game is going to fucking suck if they do that. It's going to be a piece of shit. So, they got to stop with this nonsense. At some point, they got to say, okay, listen. We want to make a good game. We want it to feel like a brand new revolutionary experience. We got to dump the 8-year-old hardware, You tell me, on PC, explain to me one person who owns a gaming PC who's still using the same hardware they were using 8 years ago to play new top-of-the-line games. Right? No, it's ridiculous. Are you kidding me? People would be a laughing stock. Are you out of your mind? 8-year-old hardware on a PC running the new games? Are you a crazy? No, it doesn't happen, So what do you expect is going to happen with these new games? You know, they're not going to run good on old shit. So that's really my feeling here is enough is enough. Enough with the baloney. I understand not everyone can afford the new console. That's not your fault. And it's not even that. It's an issue. You can't even get it. Everyone wants one. You can't even get one. They didn't make enough. Okay? But you can't sacrifice the quality of your game. You know, you just can't. You have to put out the best that you can do. And if it means foregoing the 7-8-year-old console, then that's what it means, you know? If you want to make a really good game that's going to utilize all the hardware and everything. Excuse me. That's just my take on it. Anyway, thank you, Fantasy Star, for the overnight cheers. Golden Colts cheered this morning, so I'm going on a 7-Eleven snack run before the stream starts. Can I get you anything? Yes, give me one of those taquitos that they inexplicably put on the same metal bar rotating rack that they cook the hot dogs on. Because we all know there's absolutely no way that taco-style shell that the taquito is made of would not become rock hard by rotating on the heater rack all day. That taquito is so inedible. By the end of the day, it must be like a cigar. It probably smells and tastes like a cigar. By the end of the day, so deeply cooked. Like, oh my god. Now, the stuff there is gross, man. Like, they also have pizza there. Pizza! 7-Eleven pizza. Oh, yeah, don't you know that authentic pizzeria they got sitting in the back of 7-Eleven, a bunch of Italians tossing the pies above their heads? Oh, my God. That shit is disgusting. Ugh. Golden Colts cheered again. He said, how do I make my clothes not stink after cooking? They always get food smells. There's this thing, most people have this. It's above your stovetop. It's called an exhaust fan. What it does is it grabs the air from your kitchen and it pumps it out of the ceiling to avoid having cooking smells throughout your entire house. So I strongly recommend that you use the exhaust fan to have exhaust so that all those the smoke and everything from cooking, you know, goes out of your house and does not stink up your entire kitchen. Okay? Golden Colts cheered. He said, do you think drinking milk is racist? What's the verdict? Well, there's different kinds of milk. You don't have to drink white milk. I mean, it's your preference, but you can have chocolate milk. You can have almond milk. You can have... For the soy boys out there, you got the soy milk. You know, you got everything you want. And no matter what kind of person you are, no matter what kind of walk of life you walk, there's a milk for you. That's the cool thing about milk. Milk is the truly universal drink. You can have any kind of milk you want. There you go. So no, milk is not inherently racist. In fact, milk is one of the most adaptable liquids there is on the planet. Milk, it does a body good. Now go drink that shit. There you go. Me and Kurt Angle, the two big advocates of milk. All right, Golden Colts cheered again. He said, on this day, December 19th, the motion picture sensation Titanic was released 23 years ago. Fun fact, I still remember it like it was yesterday. Yes, in fact, you guys may not realize this. Golden Colts, being such a huge fan of Titanic, he actually built a full-size replica set of the Titanic in his backyard, and every day he goes out to the bow of the ship, and he does the full T-pose at the end of the bow of the ship. He goes, King of the World! Oh no. Poor Golden Colts. Poor Golden Colts fantasizes about Leonardo DiCaprio painting him. All right, Golden Colts, I'm sorry. You brought it up, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Now he's gonna be angry at me. All right, enough of this. Let's move on. Let's move on from the Titanic. Guitar player 1939. Golden Colts is gonna be pissed. Guitar player 1939 has gifted a sub to Kamashio1 for a 4-month resub. Yes. Thank you, guitar player, for the support. Timbo Slice has resubscribed for 34 months. Thank you, Timbo, for almost 3 years of ongoing support. Timbo's not a fan of Titanic, he's told me. Shuey701 has resubscribed for 12 months. Merry Christmas, man. Thank you, Shuey, for the year support. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. Hooey. This is what happens when I don't have gaming news to talk about. This is exactly what happens. Adam Outlaw has resubscribed for 7 months in a row, 9 total. He said, hey, man, I'm sorry I haven't been here lately. I've been busy watching everything on YouTube. Sounds good. That's the point of me having the YouTube archives, because it sure isn't making money, because it really doesn't. The point is that the videos are there for you to watch on demand if you cannot be here at the live streams. Oh, wait a minute. Timbo Slice says he loves the Titanic movie. Oh, no. Oh, no. So, Timbo actually holds up Golden Colts at the tip of the replica Titanic. He holds up Golden Colts into the air. Oh, no. This is bad. Come on, man. He says, yes, I do. Come on. Oh. What is going on? What is happening? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, OGX Focal did a 245-bit share and said, happy holidays. Thank you very much to OGX Focal, which would have been the biggest share of the day, except it's not. Do you want to know why it's not? I'll tell you why it's not. Because Ripley Atomic did a 1 million bit cheer. Oh, I'm kidding. I was off by a few zeros. 1,000 bit cheer. 1,000 bit cheer by Ripley Atomic. Thank you there, Ripley. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. 1,000 bits. And Ripley says the following. A countdown to the best bosses of the generation, with Orphan of Kos being number 4 on the list. What? That would be tough to do. See, here's the thing. For me to do, for example, best and worst games of the generation, that I can do because I have reference. Every year I do a countdown of that. So it would be very simple for me to go through my own countdown, you know, and reference the work I've already done and pick the best and worst out of what I've already done. That's not so hard. If I had to actually look at every game playthrough I've done for the last 7 to 8 years and remember somehow every single boss, that would be impossibly daunting. Like, how in the holy hell would I pull that off, right? I wouldn't. Let's be honest here. I don't know how I would ever do that. There's way too much to cover. Way too much to cover. I wish I had a way to reference all my work, but I play too many games. That's my problem. I just play too many games. In a year, I play probably 3-4 dozen games. And with that many games, you know, there's no way I can remember that shit. You know? So thank you, Ripley Atomic, for the biggest cheer of the day. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Oh my god, my fucking sinuses are really killing me today. This sucks. I hope they clear up at some point here. Kevin Final Fantasy has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Kevin Final Fantasy, for the subscription. I appreciate that. Omega Wogan did a 100-bit cheer and said, play Yakuza. Omega Wogan, this may be your day, because guess what? That's exactly what I'm doing today. I'm playing Yakuza. It's going to be a good stream, I feel. It's going to be a good session of Yakuza. Because that's how you actually pronounce it. It's Yakuza. Not Yakuza. It's Yakuza. That's how you have to say it. Thank you, Omega Wogan. Fred Kaczynski's here. Cheers. Your Golden Colts wants to be painted like one of your Latina girls. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't. But thanks for the cheer. Servant of Eve has resubscribed for 9 months. And says, after 9 months on Twitch, you're still my favorite Freemason. Well, there you go. Wasn't aware that I was a Freemason. But thank you, Servant of Eve, for the resub. All right. All right. By the way, one thing that I should, or two things I should call out here today. First of all, people always ask me these days, Phil, how can I better use my channel points? Because I have a ton of them. Like, I have a ridiculous amount of channel points saved up. And I don't know what to do with them. So my answer to you is very simple. You should make some holiday-themed emotes, which you can do right now, by using your Pen points or channel points. You can trade them in. And when you trade them in, you can edit any emote. And I've been editing them recently. Now, they only unlock for like a day, I believe. They go away after a day, just to forewarn everyone. This is not a permanent unlock or anything like that. It's a temporary thing. But it's pretty cool. I've already done one where I'm in it's the cozy DSP emote, where it looks like I'm wearing like a heavy coat with a hood, almost like an Eskimo. And by the way, if Eskimo is an offensive term, I apologize. I was always raised to know that they were some kind of a cultural group of people up near like Alaska, but apparently now Eskimo may be an offensive term. But anyway, yes, that emote, but you add snow to it, and it looks really nice. Or you can add the Rudolph nose and antlers to an emote and make it look funny, or a Christmas hat. The Christmas hat on Jasper's head is a really cool emote, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. You can use them for all of those things. So go ahead and check it out and use your channel points. That's number one. Number two, something I completely forgot to mention. Ladies and gentlemen, I am an independent content creator. Don't know if you were aware of that or not. I don't work for anyone. I don't have a contract to stream here on Twitch. Basically, I do everything independently, and that allows me to be honest with you about everything that I do. When I play a game, I can give you my honest opinions on said game. I don't have to kiss anyone's butt. I don't have to sugarcoat anything. And I really feel that because I've remained an independent over the years, and the fact that I don't shill for anybody, is one of the major reasons why I have retained an audience like I have over the years. All right? People actually appreciate the fact that I'm here to give you honesty and integrity, and that you know that I don't sugarcoat anything that I do, that I'm very honest with everything that I do and I play, and, you know, people like that about me, right? So, if you like that, if you like the fact that I'm here 6 days a week streaming, if you like the content that I put out, if you like me as a person, you want to support the stuff, please do. You can either cheer with bits, you can subscribe to the channel, or you can tip me. All these things help tremendously. And quite frankly, that's how I make my living. It's crowdfunding, all right? I don't get paid by anybody else. It's your support that allows me to continue to do what I love for a living. And I am incredibly grateful, excuse me, that you guys allow me to do what I love for a living on a daily basis, okay? In particular today, tipping me helps me more than anything. Tips help me in the short term. Funds that I raise for tips I can put towards things right away, like cost of games. You know, if I don't get refunded for Cyberpunk, I'm going to get Immortals Phoenix Rising. You know, and, you know, stuff here coming up this week. When I go out, when I'm on my break on Tuesday, typically it's tips that I use to things like grocery shopping and the like. So, appreciate any contributions that come in on the stream. We do have rewards in place for certain levels of tips. If I raise $50 in tips today, I'll put on gunner glasses. And we raise $100 in tips, I'll put on a vest. Now, last night, I wore the beige vest, right? So that means tonight, or was it the red vest? Wow, I actually can't remember. What did I wear during Street Fighter? It was the beige vest, right? Yeah, it was beige. So that means today, everything else would be eligible. The blue, the red, the platinum, the gray, the camo, all those vests would be eligible as a reward if we do hit the tips goal today. Okay? Oh my god, excuse me. So, please consider contributing. Again, this is how I make my living. I appreciate you guys who contribute every day on stream. Just remember, it's not mandatory to contribute. It's not expected. In fact, I consider it going above and beyond being a standard stream viewer for you to contribute. I really appreciate the people who do and keep this stuff going all the time. Okay? Yes, free, lean and manual chill. I played Street Fighter last night. Where were you? You missed it. They came back yesterday, and now it's going to be every week. How did you miss it? Where were you? What were you doing? Were you into the Twitter dramas again? Is that what it was? You were following all the Twitter drama threads and you got wrapped up? Were you too busy watching James Charles do Among Us in real life videos on his channel and you just couldn't, you couldn't pull yourself away? You missed the Street Fighter stream? You should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? Actually, I don't care what you watch. I'm just saying, how dare you miss the Street Fighter stream? It's unacceptable. All right? Very unacceptable. Anyway, I got a few more shout-outs to do. Shuey701 did a 50-bit cheers. Have you participated in the Winter Yule Festival in Assassin's Creed yet? No, I haven't played it since it launched, but I will be watching it. I will be doing it tonight. It's on the late stream. Like I said, we're going to finish the Asgard stuff, and we're going to go back to the main plot of the game. And when we do that, it should have the Yule special stuff going on. Okay? So, yes, that will be tonight. I hope you'll join me for the late stream later tonight. Okay? Fair enough? Fair enough? Is it fair enough or what? Is it fair enough? Come on. Answer the question. Okay. I'm getting a little excited here. Alright. Ripley Atomic cheered again. He said, how long have you been married now, Philly B? Has it been 3 years already? No, it has not. We got married in April of 2019. It was that same week of my birthday. I think, and, happily married for sure. And, like I said, it would be nice to be able to do something for anniversary. We did absolutely nothing for our first anniversary because of the pandemic. The rate things are going, it looks like we'll be doing absolutely nothing for our second anniversary due to the pandemic. So, maybe in like 5 years we could do something to celebrate our wedding. 5 years after the fact, maybe we'll be able to have a honeymoon or something. Who knows? Fred Kaczynski cheers, says, have you considered adding Street Fighter V? I don't even need to read past that. As soon as I see Street Fighter V, I can give you a definitive, ultimate, never-changing answer. No! I hate Street Fighter V. I'm never playing it ever again. The game's a piece of donkey shit. Okay. Thank you to the following people who have cheered this week so far. Top 10 cheerers of the week. Although we still have 3 streaming days this... Well, I take that back. 2 streaming days to be on this leaderboard. In 10th place, Captain Caveman. We have a tie for 8th place between the Hated One and Local Nomad. Ripley Atomic is in 7th place. Actually tied with Guitar Player. So technically it's a tie for 6th. Alright. Timbo Slice is in 5th. Rob on Wheels and Shadow the Hedgehog are tied for 3rd. Shiz O Network Gaming is in 2nd place for the week. And Lies of Our Souls in 1st. So thank you guys for the cheers. Also, thank you to those who gifted subs this week. Guitar Player, Big Papa Phil, Mandalorian Merc, and Hell Knight. Tips this week have been great. Other contributions have been actually kind of slow, surprisingly. But likely it's because we're right before the holidays, There's no shock here and no big deal. Thank you guys for the tip support recently. It's been great, okay? Speaking of which, I believe a tip came in, but I want to verify that it's real. And again, I have to say this up front. I will say this up front to all you guys. 2 things. Number 1, apologies in advance for the fact that I know during today's streams I'm going to have to verify if tips are real or not. We got people who are coming in here. I say people, although likely it's only one person, who's coming in here and impersonating other people and using their names and saying that they're real. Oh, this is a legit tip. It's not. It's basically they're being complete assholes and lying about stuff and then charging me back. And not only does it hurt me because I get the money back, but then sometimes there's fees involved. It's a nightmare. Okay, so sorry that's today. All right, I will have to verify tips during the stream. Likely, I apologize for that in advance. I know it derails the immersion of the stream, but there's nothing I can do. This is my job, and I have to make sure that I'm not getting screwed over business-wise, and I have money. That being said, if you are a long-term supporter of the channel, if you like the content and you want to see this succeed and you want to tip me, which helps me more than anything, I strongly recommend you create a verified profile on PayPal. All right? How do you do that? Well, you go to PayPal, you create an account, and then you link your real information, your name, your address, your bank account, etc. Don't worry. I don't see that info, nor does anyone else besides PayPal. No one else, you don't get doxxed if you do that. It's all private, okay? But if you create a verified account on PayPal, I know that your tips are legit. So when you tip me, I won't have to be like, well, now I have to question, is someone here on the stream, is this real? We don't have to do that. I can just quickly glance at PayPal, see it's a verified account. Done. We're good to go. Okay? And I strongly recommend everyone who actually supports the channel do that, because that's going to save tons of time and a lot of stress where people are impersonating others. And I'll know if I see, oh, an anonymous tip came in, that's bullshit. Immediately refund it. It's horseshit. It's a troll versus someone who has a verified account. Okay? So please consider doing that. It helps a ton. And hopefully this is going to be the way to fix this. And no, because already 2 to 3 people already just said that in stream chat. Well, can't you just stop the unverified tips? No, there's no way. The only thing in PayPal you can do, you can completely shut down international tips and make it so that only people in the United States can tip you. There's no way to shut off unverified tips. I've looked into it. It doesn't exist. I know that's insanely stupid because I would love to do that. I would love to just say only people with verified accounts can tip me. There's no way to do that. PayPal doesn't allow it. It's incredibly fucking stupid. I would love, if the option existed, I would turn it on immediately. It's not there. This is why streamers get trolled so much, because there's just no protections. It sucks. Okay, Eternal Napalm did a 100-bit cheer. He said, I think I speak for everyone when I say I appreciate all the hard work you do and all the great content you provide. Thanks for keeping it real. Thank you, Eternal Napalm. First of all, thank you for being a moderator. But thanks to all of you for supporting what I love. You know, it goes hand in hand. I'm here 6 days a week putting out tons of gaming content for you guys. You guys are here to watch the content and support. So, obviously, neither side would exist without the other. You gotta understand that. Like, this is an organic relationship where each of us, we appreciate what's coming off of each side, and that's why it works. That's why this is literally the most consistent thing I've ever done in my life for a living. I mean that. I started doing this in late 2010 as a job. Here we are 10 years later. Late 2020, it's official now. I've been doing this for a job, for a living, for 10 years. I've been doing this for work, okay? And this is the most consistently successful and safe thing I've ever done for a job. I've had jobs at electronic stores that went out of business. I've had jobs at fast food places. I've had jobs at major corporations. I've had jobs at insurance companies, okay? I've had jobs at a bank. And none of those jobs was as safe as this one. Why? Because you guys support me no matter what happens and no matter where I go. And I appreciate that. That you guys like the content, you like me, you follow me wherever I go, and you say, no, I'm going to make sure that you're successful no matter where you go. Thank you for that. That makes me feel safe that I can keep doing this, what I enjoy, for a living, and not have to worry about, oh God, what's going to happen if YouTube shuts down overnight? What happens if I get banned from Twitch for bullshit reasons? You guys have shown your support and shown that you're always going to be around to support the content, and I appreciate that, man. Really. So thank you very much, okay? Okay. So, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Since there was no gaming news today, right? The pre-stream has been dramatically shortened. When there's nothing to rant about, this segment ends up being way shorter. What I may do is I might take some decongestant or something during the break because, like I said, my sinuses and my post-nasal drip are really bothering me today. Very fucking annoying. Could be cat dander. It could be anything. I don't know what triggered it. Some days it gets triggered. Some days it doesn't. All right. How about this? Let's take a break. All right. I'll use the restroom. I'll take some decongestant. And when we come back, it's Yakuza 7. Like I said, we're continuing on where we were. I don't know how much more side content is left to do. I know we need to grind for money. I don't know if I really want to. Maybe we could do more of the investment minigame to try to see if I can make some big money, and then I could do the other quests that I want to do, I guess. I guess we'll see what we feel like doing today. But it should be fun, all right? I'll be back in a few, and I'll see you guys for Yakuza 7. All right, guys, thanks in advance, and I shall see you in just a bit.